Everyday superpower. We talk body language, relationships, human dynamics, everything in between. We are watching a video. Well, by the way, this one goes out to the tier 2 Patreon subscribers. One love and thank you very much. The video we've been watching together is Friends with Benefits Get Brutally Honest. We've been watching Reese and Jaden have a conversation. We're going to drop in on this question and we're going to discuss the body language. And if you're only just joining me at this point, we're watching the whole sort of setup. So if you don't see what I'm seeing, join the Patreon if this is on YouTube. One love.
That I'm
Watch.
going to be pushing you away from
Listen.
that. I'm only going to be like growing you.
But you just mentioned, so you are monogamous. You don't sleep with anybody else.
You are monogamous. You don't sleep with anybody else. He asks Jaden. It's a yes or no question. Am I wrong? Let me just go back so you can hear that question again. Is this a yes or no question? Listen.
I'm only going to be like growing you.
But you just mentioned, so you are monogamous. You don't sleep with anybody else.
You don't sleep with anybody else.
I
Right.
hope so.
I hope so. Listen to his answer. That's a yes or no question. This guy is fixated on the answer this guy's about to give. His eyes are in complete concentration to the face of this man to assess whether this guy is telling the truth. Watch.
Well, she just
Right.
said if I do to let her know.
Oh, well, if she. He asked you a direct yes or no question, and you're pointing the finger at her. Why? Why? This is evasive language. This is a politician's answer.
That's what it is. So
And what you see is he escapes, quite literally. There is a flight response. Watch his body. He doesn't say yes or no to a yes or no question. Watch.
I
Right.
hope so.
well, she just
Right.
said if
Watch the body. Watch the body.
I do to let her know.
He starts here. He points the finger at her, redirects, and watch where he stands here. Watch.
That's what it is.
You see how far back he goes? He moves back, he
That's what it is.
escapes.
So it's-
There's attraction and there's repulsion, and he is repulsed by the question.
That's what it is.
It's like the host has thrown holy water on the guy. He started to dip, man. He started to dip.
Do to let her know. That's
What are you moving away for? So if you're on a date with a woman, right, and she's moving away from you, don't get me wrong, it happens. There is emotion within communication. But as time continues, you want her to end up being closer to you in a general sense than being far away from you. And if you ask her a question about her dog that died the other day, she might lean backwards away from you. You know, I went somewhere, right, outside of where I'm based, and I spoke to the person, what do you think about your government? And there was a language barrier, but I read very clearly in the nonverbal communication through the fact that the person crossed their arms and stood backwards in escape of the question that had been asked. That is what you're seeing right now. As he does that, she next to him is not paying attention to the man because she knows what's coming up from the bullshit this guy's about to spout, and she is looking at the woman to see her response.
what it is. So it's not necessarily.
He, the host, symbolically is leaning in towards the woman and away from the guy, right? I'm on your side. Wouldn't you say that to somebody who you are with, who you are defending, who you believe in? I'm on your side. Don't worry about it. That's what he's doing with his body. He's leaning towards her, even though he is communicating with him. As this guy starts waffling, the brow of the host lowers in anger. Watch. Micro gesture, but it makes sense. The brow lowers. As the brow lowers, the eyes are covered, defended, right? Prepared for battle. It's a primitive establishment. It's a primitive defensive mechanism in the face of threat. If we're preparing for a fight, our chin will jut outwards. Yes, our jaw will clench, solidifying. Our brow will lower. Yes?
Arguments. It's just like.
As he's spieling, she's nodding her head, trying to sort of make sense of the nonsense he's spouting. And you see the rubbing of the palms of the hands, frantically, evidently, clearly. Look,
If I see somebody.
look at that.
Be known to her.
That's a pacifying behavior. If you see somebody who is moving their hands in that manner,
Not necessarily.
and you ask them, are
monogamous,
you
it's just
okay? And
like,
they say no, you don't seem okay. And they will tell you the truth.
If I see somebody. let
Look,
it be known.
pacifying behavior 101. Her palms might be sweating. If not, she is creating feel-good emotions to her brain in the face of the threat of the nonsense this this dead-gazed guy is going into what?
her. I guess she'll decide if she's okay with it.
I guess she'll decide. He keeps pointing the finger at her. Stop looking at me. I'm under the spotlight. I'm not operating well. She, her.
But like,
I feel sorry for the girl. But hey, who can I hate if he's running game? But I'm a grown man, and I see these people like my daughters, you know what I mean? I think if that was my young girl, you know what I mean? What lessons would I like to teach her in order for her to associate herself with the right people, you know?
Have you had to have that conversation?
not yet. Like,
Listen to his reaction. This is crazy because this is a nonverbal cue turned into an audio experience. This is a fantastic Oscar award-winning audio immersive experience. Listen to the question.
she's okay with it, but like,
Have you had to have that conversation?
Have you had to have that conversation? Listen, it sounds like a thunderstorm as his hand reaches towards his chest, as if he's about to keel over. He starts rubbing himself in a pacifying behavior, creating motion with the microphone that's attached to him. Watch. Listen.
not yet. Like, honestly,
He pulls at the neck of his shirt because his blood pressure is rising. He feels hot under the collar. Come on. Literally, I'm feeling a bit hot under the collar. Look, pulls at the collar.
like if I want to see somebody else, I'm going to. You know what I mean?
Right, and now this is fantastic because what we see in the clip, it seems like there's a split of clips here. From him pulling the collar, there's a change in his body language. So there was a little something clipped out here.
Like, honestly, no, not yet. Like, if I want to see somebody else, I'm going to. You know what I mean? And I'll let her know.
Like on a date or like
on a
sleep
date
with
or
someone
sleep
else?
with somebody. It's not set, like, you know, like the way
Right, now as he makes this statement and he gets a response from the host, this is aggressive. This is passive aggression, right? There's an aggression in his tone. There's an aggression in the response of the host. Yes? It speeds up. And he makes the bold statement. He says in an aggressive manner, if I want to see somebody else, I'm going to. And the host responds with the same energy as to which he's given by this guy. Look.
No, not yet.
Because listen, there's a bass line. Yeah, not yet. Blah, 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 blah. And then listen to the boldness and the audacity.
Like, if I want to see somebody else, I'm going to. You know?
And the head nods yes. This is the first time he's been honest. Because normally the head is saying no as he's making a confirmation statement. Now he's saying, I'm going to. And his head is going yes. So you can't say it was up for interpretation that maybe he just does these things. Maybe his body just goes all around the world when he's talking. Because what we have seen there is congruent body language. He can do it. His head does react to positive confirmation statements. I'm going to, he says. Looks over. The guy responds in an aggressive manner. Watch.
You know what I mean? And I'll let her know.
Like on a date or like
on a
sleep
date
with
or
someone
sleep
else?
with.
On a date, he's got an aggressive look to his eyes. Look at the eyes. Look at the speed of the response. He's locked and loaded as if in an argumentative manner. Yes? As the guy makes the statement, he has this surge of anxious energy that comes along it, which gets him moving. The blood is flowing. Watch the movement.
You know
Look,
what I mean? And
he
I'll
steps
let her
back,
know.
he
Like
steps
on a date
forward.
Or like
on a
sleep
date
with
or
someone
sleep
else?
with somebody. It's not set, like, you know, like the way I'm looking at it, if, you know, Jolly walking down the street says, hey, let's have sex or whatever, and she's cute, and whatever, you know, I'm gonna let her know, and, you know.
And you'll do it.
And it may happen, yeah, it may happen.
How does that make you feel knowing that like?
It may happen, yeah. And what we see here, watch the tongue. It may happen,
How does
happen,
that
yeah.
make you feel knowing?
Uh-oh, tongue sticks out. What do we associate a jut of the tongue
Like,
with?
Another girl can come around.
What do we associate a jut? Watch.
Whatever, you know, I'm gonna let her know, and, you know.
And you'll do it.
And it may
And it may happen, yeah.
happen, yeah.
Watch.
It may happen.
It may happen. You hear joy in his voice as he says that.
How does that make you?
The tongue sticks out. This is a unconscious behavior. What do we do when we're young? Nah. I've got you. You can't get me. Nah. It's rude to stick your tongue out at people. And it is disrespectful. He's not sticking his tongue out to pacify himself, i.e. licking the lips. He's literally jutting his tongue out after that statement. And it comes straight back in. Watch.
You feel knowing that
Here-
like another girl can come around and He'll be.
How do you feel?
If
Oh,
she's down to go,
it's
he's down to
definitely-
go.
I've gotten myself into like some
I've gotten myself in. And as she says that, she starts talking about the turmoil this has got herself into. He starts to smile.
jealousy.
He starts to smile. Why does he smile about her being jealous and reminiscing about the bad times?
There's been girls that like even at work flirt with him and stuff, and I just walk away. I don't want to
Yeah.
see it, you know. I block it out. And then sometimes I've gotten mad at him. I'm like, why are you talking to her? But it's not my
I've gotten mad at him. He looks upwards, visualizing those moments.
place now that I've learned. But I've definitely gotten the jealousy part the best of me.
There we go. Visit Qatar, people. Visit Qatar. But isn't this some game? What we're seeing before us is a sociopath. We're seeing a narcissistic individual who uses and abuses people, okay? We're not gonna assess the body. Well, shall we assess the body language of this? He's just popping up for 2 seconds. Let's just have a look what we see. Look at. I was gonna make a comment of his eyes and the dilation of his pupils, but faff it. We're getting back into it. Come on.
You are afraid that getting a relationship will ruin what you have right now.
Not exactly afraid.
Right, we're moving on to the next person. I'll see you on the next person. Yeah. Peace.